Welcome everyone to another insightful conversation with ChatGPT. Today's topic is how to balance work and life without burnout. Thank you for joining us, ChatGPT.
I'm really glad to be here. Yeah, it's such an important topic, especially these days. There's a lot of pressure to always be on. So I'm excited to dive into some practical tips and maybe a few mindset shifts that can help people find a healthier balance. What are you most curious about?
What does work life balance actually mean?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I think at its core, work life balance is about making sure you're giving time and energy to both your professional responsibilities and your personal life, like your health, relationships, and hobbies, without one completely overshadowing the other. And it's a bit different for everyone, depending on their values and circumstances.
What is burnout?
Yeah. So burnout is basically that state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion that happens when you've been under too much stress for too long, especially when you feel like your efforts aren't really making a difference. People often feel drained, less motivated, and it can even affect their health. So it's really important to catch those signs early.
What are some common signs of burnout?
Yeah, absolutely. So, some common signs are feeling really drained all the time, feeling overwhelmed or cynical about work, having trouble concentrating, maybe even physical symptoms like headaches or sleep problems. And it's often a mix of long term stress, lack of control, and not enough recovery time.
Why are so many people experiencing burnout today?
Yeah, it really does feel that way, doesn't it? I think a big part of it is just how blurred the lines have become between work and personal life, especially with remote work and constant connectivity. And of course, the pandemic really amplified that. So I think a lot of people are still dealing with the after effects.
High expectation is also a cause of burnout.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, when we have really high expectations, either from ourselves or from our jobs, it just keeps us in this constant state of pressure. And over time, that can really drain us. So being realistic and giving ourselves some grace is super important.
Can you give any real life example?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, think about someone who's working a high stress corporate job, constantly checking emails late at night, skipping breaks, trying to hit every single deadline. Over time, even if they love their work, that constant pressure can lead to burnout, feeling like they have nothing left to give, even if they keep pushing. So it's a real balancing act.
How can people set healthy boundaries between work and personal life?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, one key thing is setting clear limits, like deciding on set work hours and sticking to them. Another big one is learning to say no when you need to so you don't overload yourself. And also having regular downtime, whether it's a hobby, exercise, or just unplugging, can really help keep you grounded and avoid that burnout spiral.
Is being busy the same as being productive?
Ooh, that's such a good point. Not at all. Being busy can just mean you're constantly moving, but being productive is really about making progress on the things that matter. So it's about being intentional with your time, not just filling every minute.
Can you give any real life examples of being productive
Yeah,
and being busy?
sure. So, for example, imagine someone who's at their desk all day answering emails. They might seem busy, but if they're not tackling their real priorities, they're not being productive. On the other hand, someone who sets aside focused time to work on a key project, like creating a presentation or solving a problem, might be less busy, but way more effective.
How important is time management in preventing burnout?
Oh, it's huge. Time management is like the backbone of balance. When you prioritize tasks, set realistic deadlines, and give yourself breaks, you're less likely to feel overwhelmed. Plus, it gives you more control over your day, which is really empowering.
Should people take regular breaks during work?
Exactly. Even short breaks, like a 10-minute walk or a stretch, can really help reset your energy. And stepping away for even a little bit can boost focus and productivity once you get back.
How does physical health affect work life balance?
Oh, absolutely. When you're taking care of your body, getting enough sleep, staying active, eating well, it's like a foundation for your mental resilience. You have more energy, better mood, and it's easier to keep that balance when your body is in a good place.
Can you give any real life example?
It's a morning routine, like a quick workout or a short meditation. Over time, that consistency can give them more stamina during the day, better focus at work, and they're just more present at home, which makes that balance so much easier.
Can hobbies help prevent burnout?
Yeah, absolutely. Hobbies act as a kind of mental reset. They give you something to look forward to, a break from that constant grind. And when you're
No.
engaging in something you enjoy, it recharges you, so you're not just running on empty.
What role do relationships play in maintaining balance?
Oh, they're really vital. Strong relationships give us a support system. They offer perspective, help us decompress, and just remind us of what really matters. So making time for those connections is a big part of staying balanced.
Is it okay to say no sometimes?
Oh, absolutely. Saying no is really crucial because it helps you protect your time and your energy. It's not about being unkind, it's about prioritizing what really matters so that you don't spread yourself too thin.
How can remote workers avoid burnout?
Yeah, that's a big one. I think remote workers really need to set boundaries, like having a dedicated workspace, sticking to set start and stop times, and making sure they take breaks. It's also important to step away from screens and get out of the house sometimes just to create that mental separation.
What should someone do if they already feel burned out?
Yeah, if you're already feeling burned out, the first step is really giving yourself permission to rest. Like take a short break, maybe a few days off if you can. Then once you have a little space, it can help to talk to your manager or a trusted person, maybe adjust your workload and really focus on recovery first so you can come back stronger.
What is the most important lesson about work life balance?
I think the biggest lesson is that balance isn't a static thing. It's a constant adjustment. Your needs, your work, your personal life, they all shift. So it's really about being mindful and adjusting as you go rather than just aiming for some perfect one size fits all balance.
What is the final advice you would give to people who feel burned out?
I'd say be really kind to yourself. It's okay to slow down, ask for help, and remember that your worth isn't just tied to your productivity. Focus on small steps, rest, reconnect, and take it one day at a time.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for sharing these valuable insights on balancing work and life without burnout. Today's discussion reminded us that success is not only about working harder, it is also about taking care of our health, relationships, and personal happiness by setting boundaries, managing our time wisely, and prioritizing self care. We can build a more sustainable and fulfilling life. Thank you to everyone who joined us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next conversation. Stay healthy, stay productive, and take care of yourself. Thank you, ChatGPT.
You're so welcome. I appreciate this conversation, and I hope that.